Sega just filed a trademark called Sonic Blitz. And when I hear Sonic Blitz, I think of 2010, when I was a kid scrolling through YouTube, seeing fan games called Sonic Blitz, and I thought they were upcoming Sonic games. Good times. But okay, so they filed a trademark called Sonic Blitz, but what does that mean? So it turns out people online found out Sega is hiring for new positions, and it could be directly related to the Sonic Blitz game. So here's the job listing, and it's pretty interesting, because we're looking for development staff for a 3D battle action game, and it says they're specifically creating specifications, game balance adjustments, stage creation, creating various data and debugging work. And this is specifically Sega's second division. And if you don't know what their second division is, that is part of Sonic Team. So if you're not getting the gist of what this sounds like, this is sounding like a fighting game. And maybe not a 2D fighting game like Street Fighter, but more like a arena fighter, probably along the lines of Dragon Ball Sparking Zero or Budokai or Naruto Storm. That's what it's sounding like, a 3D game. Unless they literally mean the graphics are in 3D, but it could still be a 2D fighting game, but that's not really what it's sounding like just based off of this. And it looks like the game might be made in Unreal Engine. And then they talk about people having experience in developing 3D action games. Now, the only indicator to me that makes me think this is a fighting game is the stage creation, but that could also count for a character action game similar to Devil May Cry, or just recently Final Fantasy 16 is a character action game, Hi-Fi Rush, Bayonetta, etc. You get the point. And to me, this is pretty exciting if it's a fighting game, because I feel like we've always wanted a Sonic fighting game. Yeah, sure, we've had Sonic the Fighters, which is not really a great fighting game, but you know, it's a cool gem of history. And then we have, of course, Sonic Battle, which I used to play on my Game Boy Advance growing up. And which, in all honesty, I feel like I need to revisit Sonic Battle as an adult, because I only really played it as a kid. In which Sonic Battle or Sonic the Fighters were neither traditional 2D fighters like a Street Fighter type of game. They were both 3D arena fighters in very different ways. Both of them were very different from each other, but both 3D arena fighters. And a lot of you may not know this, but I actually have a pretty decent background in loving fighting games and playing fighting games. My most played fighting game though is probably Smash, and then it would be Street Fighter after that. But I really love fighting games. I love learning to play fighting games, and they're just something I've really enjoyed over the past, I want to say 8 years of my life especially. So to get a Sonic fighting game is something that would be extremely hyped to me. Now, I would prefer it be a 2D fighter like Street Fighter and more like Dragon Ball fighters as well. That would be amazing to me, because I think 2D fighters are the next best besides like Melee. But if it is an arena fighter like Dragon Ball, Sparking Zero or whatever, I'm also cool with that. I probably won't take the game as seriously, but I would still love to have something like that for a Sonic game. It's something I've been waiting for quite a long time. So if they were to go either route, I'm okay with that. But I'm excited that this is happening at all. But if it's not a fighting game and it's a character action game, I think that'll be pretty weird and interesting. And the reason I'd find it weird is because Sonic Frontiers in a way was already trying to lean into a character action game with the whole skill tree and the combos and the flashy moves. It was moving in that direction of being a character action game set in an open world that's also a Sonic game. I would say, honestly, they did not go as hard as they probably should have for character action. I would say Sonic Unleashes Werehog is a lot more character action game-like, with all the button combos and whatnot. And that game is actually not bad. The Werehog is not horribly designed. I just think the enemy design doesn't really force you to use most of that moveset for the Werehog. But like, it's still well designed and it has a lot of thought put into the combos. Even if you don't like the Werehog, I just think the problem with the Werehog is that it clashes with the gameplay design of modern Sonic boosting, and the Werehog is slow and combo focused. But you know, that's a topic for a different day. But all I know is that Sonic Blitz is finally real. Those fan games I've been seeing as a kid, it's actually a game now, which is hilarious to me. So whether it's a fighting game or a character action game, I'm down for Sonic Blitz. I'm very excited for it, and I'm very excited to talk more about it and figure out what this game is going to be like. And yeah, I'm just excited to have something like that. Either one of those I feel like is missing from Sonic. But personally, at this moment, I think a fighting game is way more needed than a character action game. But we'll see about that. I really hope Sonic Blitz turns out to be something great, and that the second division in Sega cooks something up real nice. Thank you for listening to Yap Sessions, and I'll see you guys in some more content when I feel like it. Make sure you subscribe. Yes, I'm doing the YouTuber thing because I need you to subscribe. So, and I'll see you in the next one.